Japan is famous for having a lower incidence of sexual crimes compared to other advanced countries, according to statistics. Looking at the rape rates from the OECD, Japan is considered the safest country among advanced countries because molestation is not recognized as a rape crime. However, it is expected that sexual crimes in Japan will increase in the future. This is because the penal code has been revised and cases that were not prosecuted before will now be recognized as sexual crimes. Of course, it goes without saying that Japan is relatively safe compared to other countries, but this is partly because the hurdle for recognizing acts as sexual crimes is high. So they are not counted in the statistics. You'll have seen this trick used before for COVID infections. Today, I will explain why sexual crimes are expected to increase in Japan in the future. Meshida jokes about Japan. Hey guys, it's Meshida. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm a comedian and I introduce funny Japanese culture. If you are interested in that, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and please check out my Patreon page. And I'm organizing English stand-up comedy shows in Tokyo. If you are interested in that, please check out the link below. So, see you in Tokyo. Meshida. In Japan, there is a culture of being ashamed of wanting sex. There is a famous phrase, 嫌よ嫌よも好きのうち or no no means yes, which means pretending to refuse even when they actually want it, in order to protect their image of chastity. Japan's penal code might respect this culture of no no means yes, or perhaps the judges have ulterior motives. Meshida. Before the latest revision in 2023, the penal code on sexual crimes was revised in 2017, the first significant change in the 110 years since its establishment. There were 5 major points in the penal code revision. The previous version only recognized female victims, but the revised version didn't discriminate based on gender. The previous version only recognized vaginal penetration, but the revised version was expanded to include oral and anal penetration. The minimum sentence for rape was increased from 3 to 5 years imprisonment. Prosecution could now proceed even without the victim's complaint. If a person in a supervisory or protective position carries out an indecent act with under 18 teenagers, they can now be punished even if they didn't use force or threats. Until then, in Japan, it was difficult for men to report sexual victimization. Acts other than vaginal penetration were not considered rape. And when children under the age of 18 were subjected to indecent acts by someone in a supervisory or protective position whom they couldn't refuse, it was traditionally not considered a sexual crime for 110 years. This means if it couldn't be proven the criminal used force or intimidation, it was not considered rape. This meant that only obviously violent crimes were prosecuted. This led to difficulties in cracking down on sexual crimes. With a higher proportion of male judges and a cultural background of no no means yes, there have been cases where a verdict was made that this is a no, which means yes. Some judges cannot tell the difference anymore from watching too many erotic videos, or their partner is a shy type. So, let's ask Rai-chan. Rai-chan, have you had trouble with saying no in Japan before?
Not exactly trouble. I feel like the best way around it is to have 2 no's. So you've got the one for when you don't really mean it, when you just want to show everyone how pure and innocent you are. I'm such a shy, retiring wallflower inside. Yada. And then when, someone's hitting on you who you really don't like, you have the fuck no. Problem solved.
Hey guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give us super thanks. Your donations to poor comedian is highly appreciated.
Meshida.
According to a survey conducted by the Japanese government in 2020, out of 5,000 men and women over the age of 20, 6.9% women reported experiencing forced sexual intercourse or similar experiences. Of those women who experienced such victimization, only 37.6% disclosed or consulted with someone, and only 6.4% reported the incidents to the police. Furthermore, in some cases, victim reports were not even accepted by the police. In other words, only a small fraction of incidents of forced sexual intercourse are actually counted as rape. The number of reported sexual crimes in Japan is just the tip of the iceberg. If you hear this and think that Japan should be much higher up the international rankings for sexual crimes, please note that the situation in other countries is not different. According to global statistics, only about 40% of women who have experienced rape consult someone, and less than 10% ask for help from the police. Therefore, the sexual crime iceberg in your country is much larger than that in Japan. Yes, that's right. That's why statistics are not as reliable as major news reports.
Meshida.
In 2023, a revised bill to review the definition of sexual crimes will be submitted to the Diet. It looks at three major points. The first point is that the current law on sexual crimes, such as forced sexual intercourse or violent sexual intercourse, requires the perpetrator to have used violence or threats, and the victim to have been unable to resist or to have been in a state of mental disorder for the crime to be established. However, because this sets a high hurdle, victims have raised concerns as rape is possible even without clear violence or threats. The latest proposal takes into account the victim's mental and the physical condition and the relationship with the perpetrator and outlines 8 specific acts, violence or threats, causing mental or physical harm, alcohol or drug administration. Clear consciousness is absent, denial of refusal, causing fear or shock, psychological reaction to abuse, being subject to disadvantageous influence based on status. If any of these acts lead to a situation where it is difficult for the victim to express no consent, then the perpetrator can be charged with a crime. In short, Japan has been a Disneyland for sexual offenders until now. Second, the age of consent for sex will be changed from 13 to 16 years old. So, many Catholic priests may leave Japan. Third, for sexual crimes, the statute of limitations will be changed from 10 years to 15 years. Once it comes into play, there will be a lot of worried men who thought they were safe. Anyway, after this revised bill has passed, the sexual crimes in Japan that have been hidden under the iceberg will be revealed, and the number of sexual crime cases will increase like other developed countries. We look forward to joining the ranks of developed Western countries.
Meshida.
I hope that sexual crimes in Japan will decrease and the victims can easily accuse their attackers. So, at the end of the video, I'll share a video that was uploaded to Ken Suzuki's YouTube channel, and I hope, like in this video, women can accuse perverts with confidence.
飯だ
Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to check out my Patreon page. So, see you soon. Bye bye.